The Chinese Revolution of 1911 began when an accidental car bomb exploded. Most uprisings and revolutions of this time usually failed, but this time the Chinese military took the side of the revolutionaries, which allowed them to win. After the Qing emperor abdicated, Yuan Shikai took power and ruled as a dictator. On the democratic side, under the power of Sun Yat-sen, the Chinese Nationalist Party, or Kuomintang, also took charge of provincial government on January 1st, 1912. Under Sun Yat-sen, a Senate was created with a lower house and a constitution was soon to be written. However, with two parties ruling together, Yuan soon allied the Kuomintang. Soon afterwards, Yuan died in 1916, which led to the first dynastic government to fall in over 3,000 years, and local warlords soon took over. Sounds familiar, don't you think? During the period between 1912 and 1949, also called the Chinese Republic, the Kuomintang was trying to unite China once again. The Kuomintang could not do this without the help from the communists, so they began to work together.
This soon diminished after the death of Sun Yat-sen in 1925, and the alliance fell in 1927. Sun Yat-sen's successor, Chiang Kai-shek, soon took over and launched a civil war against the communists.
No details, but basically, the communists won the civil war. Some factors for their victory was due to the popular support among the peasants, since wherever they went, the communists treated them nicely, unlike the nationalists. Additionally, nationalists lost the support of the peasants when they were often defeated by the Japanese.
So returning to the victory of the communists at the end of 1949, the communists sent the nationalists to Taiwan and allowed for the beginning of People's Republic of China on October 1st, 1949. Now for a change, Communist China is now introduced into the world. Mao Zedong, who was the leader of the Communist Party, was basically the head honcho of this time. Under Mao's leadership, he declared that the people would be the leaders of a people's democratic dictatorship. That irony.
Additionally, Mao's China wasn't a good place to live if you were a landowner, since land was redistributed among the people. While Mao was fixing the Chinese lands, he was also persecuting counter-revolutionaries. Anyone who was accused of being one were executed between October 1950 to August of 1951. The Chinese witnessed two of these 5-year plans, one in 1953 which worked well as far as industrialization. In order for this to work, peasants had to grow mass amounts of rice and then sell it for extremely cheap prices. Soon afterwards, Mao had decided to engage in another plan called the Great Leap Forward to increase industrial productivity in 1958. He ordered that individuals create their own steel furnaces to increase steel production. However, this seemed like a great idea. It was not. The steel created large-scale accidents, and the steel that was created from this was not high quality. An additional problem was that Mao had used the grain the peasants grown to purchase USSR supplies. This resulted in a large famine and mass deaths between 1959 and 1962, reaching about 20 million deaths. Mao was devastated with these results and soon disappeared until 1966, when he emerged with a new idea. This idea was called the Cultural Revolution, which allowed the teenagers to gain power to overthrow their parents, teachers, and any intellectual. This resulted in the creation of the Red Guard, who persecuted anyone who was accustomed to the old tradition. Because of what Mao did, this allowed for the revolution to stir up again and to push China to what it is today.